What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Thursday night paint night. I'm your host, Adam Paul. I got my wife over here, Ashley.
Hi, guys.
Hey. Oh, got a little echo. There we go. All right, so today we're going to be working on the another one of these aluminum tank panels, and then we're going to be doing a paint job just with spray cans and breaking out just a little bit of airbrush work to do a couple of details. So this will be a good one. This will really going to teach you how to layer paints, how to think ahead, and then also we're going to go through the design space app that comes with the Cricut machine. Talk about how we're able just to take an ordinary image from online, put it into the app all on our phone, and then just quickly print out a stencil real quick that we'll use on this thing. But first things first, we're going to get this thing cleaned up. We have the Line panel prep. Going to soak it down, get a soft rag. What's going on? I don't know. I think we're good here. Hopefully y'all can hear us. It looks like we have a little bit of a connection issue on one side or the other. Yeah, let us know how we're coming across, if we're choppy or from here. Okay, all nice and cleaned up. Let's go ahead and we'll take a 600 grit pad. Just going to quickly scuff down the surface. Okay, there we go. Hopefully y'all still with us. There we go. All right, hopefully we can come in clear. Got it all cleaned up with the panel prep. And let's go straight to this is a 1K primer surfacer. So this can go down directly to metal. That's what we want. Just going to do a nice light cut on this. And that's all we need. We're just going to let that flash off. Actually, just going to grab, just kind of speed things up. Grab a heat gun. You can literally look at it and see it flash off. It's almost all the way dry right now. Just a couple spots. Okay, perfect. Usually, if we had any kind of imperfections, we would sand it at this point. We're not going to have to. We're just going to go ahead and just layer the white spray paint right over the top. And when I say spray paint, it's actually, this is white base coat in a spray can. And so basically, this is not like what you would buy like at Lowe's or over the counter anywhere. This is just straight base coat like what you would use when you're automotive painting. It's not going to have any added clear coat or anything like that. So it's going to dry fast and dry nice and thin. And that's what we want. And the nice thing is we're going to be able to stack our colors and our clear coat on top without having any problems with adhesion or cracking or crazing or anything else you would have when you would be using over-the-counter paints. So basically, we're going to get the same job as you would as a professional finish. We're just using spray cans. So usually we would take this and cover it and give it a good full coat, a couple of coats till it's fully covered. What I'm going to do is do something a little different. I'm just going to kind of wisp it on. That way when I lay down my next color, which is going to be orange, it'll kind of have like highlights and shadows kind of built in. So make sure we're spraying good. All right, just like that. That's what we're going to do. Maybe just a little more right there from the bottom. There we go. Take our heat gun. Those spots where it's really wet, it's going to take a little bit longer for that to dry, but really not that long because once again, we're working with just base coats. There's not like a clear coat added into this. Okay, I think we're good there. Okay, so I have some bright, you can see in the cap here, we have some really bright orange. I'm going to go ahead and lay that over the top. Make sure it's mixed really good. Just looking to get light coats to start. The lighter coats we use, the less paint we need. So you see the tiger stripes in here, that's fine. That's exactly what we're wanting. Break out the heat gun here for a second. Just give this a second to flash off. We'll give it one more coat. We can let that one air dry while we get ready to print out our stencil here on the Cricut cutter. Okay, nice and bright. I'm gonna go ahead and set this off to the side. You can see how it's still, if you see how it's glossy, let's get it up close here. When it's glossy like that, it's still drying. It's, you see here on the corner where it's starting to dry already. It'll flatten out. That's how you'll know it's dry. Try not to handle it or touch it too much. All right, what you guys are mostly here for, we got you. So this is the Cricut Cutter 3. Cricut Cutter Maker. Cricut Cutter Maker 3. That's what this is. Pretty cool little unit. So this has a couple of different ways that it can cut. So if you're just using regular vinyl, you're going to use one of these mats right here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but you'd have one of these mats that are 13 inches wide, and you can see how it slips underneath in these grooves right here. And this has some an adhesive tack to it. So what this does is you stick down your vinyl to however big you need it to be, and it kind of sticks to the surface, and then it runs through the Cricut on the mat, and that kind of keeps it in position where it needs to be.
E Brown just sent a super chat and said, for 20 bucks, and said, "Happy birthday."
Oh yeah, right on, E Brown. Appreciate that.
Lots of other people have said happy birthday.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so no mat though. That's a nice thing. If we're going to use the new vinyl transfer or removable vinyl from Limeline, this is 13 inches wide. That's a nice thing. It's going to be able to fit right into the track without even having to use the mat. And you're only using the amount of material that you need. You don't have to cut off a big rectangle and stick it on there and waste a lot. So we have this. Also, we do have the transfer tape in clear with the grid. I don't know if you guys were on my live the other night with the Bumblebee Transformers logo that I stuck like super crooked. Well, this would have prevented that if I would have had it. So we have it now. This is going to allow us to be able to see the decal because it's clear. Not only that, it has the grid marks, so we can make sure that everything's nice and lined up. So these two together, they work really great. You can buy them as a package, a combo pack. You'll be able to find it on the Shopify, also on Amazon. It just launched. So I think you can get it for both these as a package for under 30 bucks right now. So check it out. I think you'll really like it. We're going to use it right here in a second.
Mary says, "I want to see how well it goes on the mat. I usually hate rolled up vinyl."
Yeah, the mat's not very fun. Okay. Let's get right to it. So we have the power on, and that's what we need. So when you buy this thing, it comes with an app. It's called Design Space right here. So you click onto the Design Space, and then you're going to be able to connect straight to the machine and be able to use the interface here and actually print and do everything. You don't even need your computer. So let's go, say we just want to look up Harley Davidson logo. Let's go Harley Davidson. Hold on, I'm spelling it wrong. Harley Davidson, not Davidson. Davidson bar and shield outline. Okay, so that gives us some images we can look at. We can even kind of come over here and see what they even have. Oh, so like that one's like perfect right there. I'm just gonna click on that, even though it's just Etsy from Etsy. Let's see if it lets me save this. Oh, sure does. Save the photos. I'll go ahead and do it. That's a nice, clean, crisp image. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Okay, that's saved. We'll go back here and we're going to go ahead and open up. Let's place. Okay, so we're going to go over here and we're going to add not an image, but we're going to add an upload. So let's upload our image here. Select from photo library. And there it is. That's the logo we're looking for. That's what we want. It's going to put it right into the app. It's going to ask you if you want to automatically remove the background. Let's go ahead and try it. Sometimes it works and it's clean enough. Sometimes it doesn't. But we'll go ahead and remove automatically. Oh, yeah, that worked great. Now, if you didn't want to do that and it wasn't clean enough, you can actually go in here and you can select what you want to get rid of. And then you can go and clean up the edges. But that looks pretty good. I mean, if we're going here, you can really get in there and clean these things up, but that looks like a pretty straight edge. So that's what we want. So we apply that. We're going to go into a single layer. Is that doing single layer? I think so. We're going to put HD logo. HD logo. Okay. We'll upload that. Okay, that's going to drop it right into the platform here. let's go ahead and just shrink it down to maybe we'll do around 4 inches tall, 5 inches wide. You can see there, we're just kind of shrinking it down. We'll move it around. We'll hit the make button. We won't worry about saving it. Okay, so with this, you can either choose if it's on the mat or without the mat. We're going to hit without the mat because we do have 13-inch wide. It's going to fit right in here in the track. Confirm that. That's going to lay it out as it should look. Okay, then now I'm actually going to pick up you can see here where it's just shining white. Once I click this and it connects, it turned blue. So I'm wirelessly Bluetooth connected to the maker now. So we're good to go. That's thinking. While that's thinking, I will grab the vinyl. Hopefully that's going to work. Let's see here. Let's try it again. No internet connection. Oh, come on. Let's try this one more time. See if we can get. That's one thing about the internet is you just don't know when you can trust it.
He has a problem with that too. He has to turn off and turn on the machine.
Oh, really? I might have to do that.
Yeah, it's so bad out here tonight for some reason. My computer is not having it.
Let's try. Let me try connecting it this way too. There we go. Turn blue. It's on. Hopefully we can make this thing go through. If not, we'll put it off to the side. We can start our graphics and then we could hopefully this thing will catch up and it'll actually work. It's just rolling. I'm gonna let it sit. Hopefully this works out. But we can get started on the graphics at least. We can get those laid out, and then I'll just put this off to the side. Hopefully it works. So let's hope for the best. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm using the Limeline 1/16 inch. And what I'll do is I'll kind of just lay the first line kind of where I want it. Kind of want the graphics to come through here. Usually I'll do the graphics all straight up and down, but this one I think I want to go a little bit at an angle. Just try something a little different. So I'm making sure I'm not stretching the tape. Layer my first line down right there. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then what I'll do here is maybe right there. And watch what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to take this and just make a point. See how it kind of crosses over even. I'm going to come about this far and then rotate the tape. One more time, then I'm just going to make it even with this first tape line I did. You see that? So this kind of came up. It's kind of like it's popular in like helmet and race style designs. These, I don't even know what you would call them, but these like little points. I'll take a razor blade and we'll trim that. Okay, so I'll take a razor blade. Just going to pull the tape up to the, pull the tape up to the blade, as you can see how I did that. Okay, that's a good start. Let's go ahead and we'll maybe put one more straight line all the way across right here. There we go, that looks good. And then on the top of the tank, maybe I was thinking about coming off this edge right here and then just bringing something around. And then the Harley logo I was planning on putting right here. Hopefully we can get that to print. So yeah, let's take this right here.
Someone said, "Hey Adam, how complex of a stencil can you print with the Cricut, or is it only good for simple stuff like the HD bar and shield?"
You can do lettering. It all depends on how clear the image is how well it can cut it out. What I'll do sometimes is I'll put it into another app, which is called Photo Room, and you can clean it up a little bit more in that, and then you can put it over into the Design Space app, and then it'll clean it up the rest of the way. Is there something on there? Don't want that on there. Picked up a little bit of debris. We've been plugging this. We'll go down right there, and we're going to do the same thing. And we'll just bring it right up out of the picture right there. Let it go off the edge. Maybe we'll do one more right here. Let's do a straight line. Somewhere about right there, so it's away from the barn shield.
Thanks, Anthony, for gifting 10 memberships.
Oh, woo. Right on, Anthony. Appreciate that. Awesome.
He's trying to help a guy on your Nate's trying to sign up for the membership, but he can't figure out how to do it.
Yeah, some people have a hard time with that because it's I don't know if it's the Android or iPhone or something. Yeah. Appreciate that. Thank you. Just gonna trim that up. We get that thing working yet, or is it still spinning?
Nope.
Holy cow! What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Let me try this one more time. Let's go back. Let me just get out of this. Okay. Make. Let's do it, please. Confirm. Next. Bluetooth. Okay, got that connected. It's not looking too promising. No mat. Confirm. Oh, it's going to work. We got it. Just in time. We saved the day. Put this off to the side. All right, we're back in business, baby. Nothing's going to stop us. Okay, like we talked about before, the lime line, removable. I'm going to put it in the other way because it's straighter. It fits right into the Cricut Maker, so you don't need the mat. It's just going to go right in there. Okay, so you want to click the material that you're going to be using. So you want to use the Smart material. So I just hit the Smart removable vinyl. You can use other ones and it'd probably work just fine, but that's the one I picked. So you can pick whatever you want. It'll probably work just fine. So we're going to click this button right here. That's going to load it up. Hopefully it loads it up straight. A little bit crooked. I think that's going to work out okay. Kind of got a little crooked right there, though. Let's try it. Okay, we'll push the go button. It's flashing. Uh-oh. I was thinking. I think we got it. Whew. just like that, that's done. This will, since it's blinking, it'll go ahead and release it. And you can see there's the logo right there, cut out. So we'll go ahead and weed this out, put it on our design. Oh, right here. There's this thing. Oh, geez, I made it all dirty. Ah. I don't want to cut into it. That was a hard thing to do. Okay. Got it trimmed out. What we're going to go ahead and do is just pull out the outside. If I can get my, there we go. And then we'll pull out each one of these as well. Okay, right on. Barely made that in time. Okay, cool. Look at that. It's going to work out great. It's great size. We need to make sure we trim this right here. Go ahead and do that. Make sure that's stuck down. Okay, now we'll take the transfer tape. All right, we just need a little square of this too. So I just cut off a little square. Nice thing about this is it's, like I talked about earlier, it is clear and it has the grid marks on there. Super helpful. If you see me in the past, we've just been using like 2-inch tape, but I'm going to line that grid directly up with the middle of that. It's really going to help me out. This has a medium tack to it, so it'll make sure that you can release it from the stencil once you get it on. More right there. All right. Yeah, so nice thing is the grid marks, you can actually just line up the grid marks exactly with our existing line right here. And I think that would be the right thing to do. I think that would look the best. You could kind of center it up with the tank, but I'm gonna go with this right here. All right, get that pressed down.
They keep saying your top line isn't straight.
This one? This one?
Yeah, they just keep saying that.
No, because this one kind of bends off like that. I think it's straight enough. Okay, make sure all these have stayed down, especially the edges. They'll kind of want to shrink back up on you if you pull on the tape too hard. But we're looking good. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to grab black base coat. The lighter the coats, the better off we are. So we can do more lighter coats is the best method, especially when it comes to spray paint. You know, we don't want to oversaturate it, especially when we have tape on it. Oh, I'm sorry.
One of your lines are just driving them crazy. I don't know.
No, we're going with this. This will look just fine. No, nope, it should not. I mean, not to say it won't. If you didn't clean it, or you didn't prep it correct, yes, it'll take the paint with it. But in our case here, the way we've done it, we shouldn't have a problem. We'll find out, but I'm highly doubting we're gonna have a problem. All right, make sure we're spraying good. Gonna let that flash off.
Will the design theme work with the Cricut too?
It'll work with the silhouette, and really the vinyl will work with anything. You could trim it to make it work on a mat, but yeah, anything that accepts the 13-inch width, you won't need the mat. But it'll work with any kind of cutter, whether it's a Cricut, silhouette, any one of those. Craft Tech. Okay, got the first coat on there. I'm gonna just speed up the process a little bit. Go ahead and spin it so I can get this side as well. The thing that's a little bit different from spray cans to like a spray gun, because usually with a spray gun, you're going to be straight down on it. The can needs to be at an angle. If not, paint's not going to come out. So even a lot of times, like tipping it up on in like that, so you can spray it like that, is a better option. Hit it one more time with a heat gun, and then I think we all need is one more coat. All right, last coat to be able to do it here. Okay, looking good. Let that flash off. I'm gonna go grab a can of orange metal flake. I have an idea. I want to try something.
Had to make some B Diamond orange artwork.
There we go. We got some B Diamond orange coming up. If I would have thought about that, I would have said it.
Ben's got your back.
Thanks, Ben. All right. Still working? Yep. Make sure this is dry enough. We need to be able to tape to it. So my plan is I'm going to paint a portion of this, not all of it, just a portion of it with a metal flake to kind of give it a little bit different of a look. Okay, I think we're good with that. Let's grab. Okay, let's see. So I don't want any flake in this area. And then go ahead and we'll tape that up. Grab some 1.5-inch masking. Is that going to work right there? Almost. There we go. I can kind of bend it a little bit. That'll work. A little bit more right here. Little sliver right there. Okay, got that. So we're going to this part, and we want to mask off these as well. So we'll just take the paper tape because it's cheaper, it's easier to cut, it's easier to rip. It doesn't leave as fine of a line, but we're not really worried about that. Let that razor blade go. And then the nice thing is it's transparent enough that you can see. Hopefully I can see. So we're cutting it right on top of the existing tape. Same thing here. Just gonna follow the outside. Make sure we don't have any spots where we've over taped it. Same thing here, we're just going to run a tape line right down the middle of that 1/16 inch. You see the paper tape is still pretty flexible, depending on what direction you're pulling it in. But it doesn't leave as crisp of a lines. Like if you were to try to use this and use it as the edge of where the edge of your graphic meets, your paint meets, then it's going to be a little more choppy. Still works though. But what I like it for is doing just like what I'm doing here. Finish masking up these couple of edges right here, and then right down the center of that. Let's grab a different size of tape for that.
fine tape stretch around tight corners to make crisp lines?
Yes, the vinyl tape, that's actually what it's designed for. It's designed for taking sharp corners and still keeping shape. Okay, using 3/4 inch tape right here. Makes it a little easier. But the couple of sizes that I like to use is definitely the 3/4, probably the most popular. 1.5 inch, like I was using here, and then 1/4 inch paper. I also like 1/8 inch paper as well, and then the regular vinyl tape. Okay, we're good. We're gonna spray just a very light coat. Very light coat of orange iridescent metal flake. Now, metal flake like this, whether it's in a can or whatever, my personal preference is spraying it over black. Gives it more contrast, more sparkle. Okay, there's the first coat. We'll probably do 2 coats on this. So you see it didn't need that much. I don't know if you can even see the sparkle in that. I'll show you here in just a second. Oh yes, the green actually is a little bit more premium of a masking tape. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Okay. Pretty good. Got one more. One more fairly light coat. Okay, that's what we want. All right, looking good.
Can you wet sand it out?
When you clear wet sand out the what we wet sanding out, the texture. Once it's clear coated, yes, we can. Okay, looking good. Let's go ahead and pull these tape lines. You can see the nice contrast between the sparkle and the black there. Give me one more second and I'll be able to show you up a little closer what this looks like. I'll kind of put it at an angle here. So looking good. So we're going to take this, we still got more tape to take off of this. It's really going to show a lot more of the detail. But before we do that, I want to add just a little more touch of a graphic inside the black here. We're going to go ahead and use the 1/16 inch tape. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to aim for about, I don't know, an 1/8 inch, or about an 1/8 inch maybe. Same thing right here, just kind of follow that about an 1/8 inch off, giving it a little bit of a border. Same thing here. And then we'll do the same thing right here. And we don't have to worry about cutting our edges because we're just going to be taping that off. So yep, we're just going to run some tape lines right there to kind of mask it off.
Maybe I missed it, but is the metal flake in the can mixed with 1K clear or clear binder?
Clear binder. Yep, everything that you're going to find in the can is going to be a clear binder. There's not going to be any 1K clear in anything. It's going to be basically like what you would mix up for your spray gun.
E. Brown said, Adam, the 1.25 Goldie spinner is bad A. Love it.
All right. I'm glad. And you should have got that other package because I think we gypped you on some stuff. So. Okay. A little bit more. We're just going to. Now we probably should mask this up a little bit more. I'm just going to be super careful about the direction that I'm spraying in, so we can be careful about the overspray. Because I am going to use a little bit of airbrushing just to kind of fancy this up a little bit. I am going to go ahead and just take that right there. Right there. Okay. All right. So we also have the base coats available in a powder form. All you have to do is just put this into clear base coat or intercoat clear. You can mix it up as you need, and you're just making a base coat. So this is a metallic orange that we have. I already have it mixed up right here. I'm going to over reduce this and put this into my airbrush. I'm just using the Harbor Freight Avante airbrush. This thing works really decent for what we're doing here. Yeah, we just need a little bit of paint, not much. Go ahead and take this, and I'm going to kind of shield that so I don't get overspray.
Is there any fluorescent colored powder pigment?
Yep, there is. We do have those. I'm just doing a really light coat. Just want it a little bit brighter up in here, and then it kind of fade out. We'll see what that looks like. Make sure we don't need to go a little darker with it, but I'm thinking we're okay. But let's take a peek. Maybe we'll go just a tad bit darker. Okay, that should do it. Same thing here. I'm going to kind of concentrate where the point is and then kind of fade off. Okay, that'll work there. Okay, that's all we're going to do there. Just a little bit. And you'll see how just that little bit will make a pretty big difference. All right, let's go ahead and peel this thing, see what it looks like. And stick around. Hit lime into the comments, because did we mention this? We're giving away a 1.4 spray gun at the end of this episode. So hashtag lime into the comments. That'll put you into the will to win.
That's so cool, Adam.
Thanks. And you can see how we could have even done more. We could have done more up in here if we wanted to. You see how we just kind of broke it up into sections? And we did all the left the black, but we were able to come back and then accent the black with these lines that we're doing here. Nothing too crazy, just enough to give it some nice highlights. Okay, there's the highlights on there. And let's pull the rest. I'm going to use one of these plastic tape removal blades that'll keep me from marring or scarring up that surface if we try to use a regular blade. Okay, get this one up here. Yeah, it's looking good. Let's keep it going here. All right. Last but not least, ahead and we'll pull off the logo that we made. We're all kind of here for. If I can find the end of it. Where?
OMG, Adam! Wow.
Pretty cool, huh? You know, it's all, we just kind of planned it out from the start. You know, we started with the primer, and then we went kind of messy with the white, right? We just kind of sprayed it on there in a zigzag kind of pattern. It didn't really matter. And applied the orange, applied the graphics, applied our stencil, a little bit of black base coat, a little bit of masking, a few coats of the metal flake, and then some orange pigment powder just to give it the little accents in there, which we'll really get an idea of what those will kind of look like here in a minute. All right, looks pretty good. Now, if we were to take this one step further, I would mask up right here and then do a drop shadow right underneath that bar of shield right there. You could even do like little shadows here and stuff, little highlights. But we're not going to go that far. We kind of learned quite a bit today. We learned how to use the Design Space app. And, you know, it's pretty easy. Really, the key is finding a good enough image that you're going to be able to get a good enough cut and a good enough lineup on the Design Space. But if not, you can always put it into another app. I use Photo Room. You clean it up from there and put it back into the app, and then you should be good to go. Some of the other things I made the other day, and I know a lot of people ask me about, like, here's some filigree that I cut out the other day. And you can see that it has the border around it, but it also has the inside too that we're able to pull out. So this was just pulled off the internet. I just looked up, I think, filigree design or something. I was able to put it directly into the Design Space and be able to cut these out to any size you want. That's the nice thing. If you buy the stencil, you're kind of stuck with the size that you got. This, you can make it bigger, smaller, and you can make it on demand. That's the nice thing. So the Limeline transfer paper, no residue, fits right into the Cricut Maker with the 13 inches, no mat. It'll make your life much easier.
And it says Thursday night is our paint night. Thursday night paint night is our date night.
All right.
That's awesome.
That's cool. I'm glad to hear it. You see how nice those highlights look.
Someone said that's the same logo I used on my Road King, only I used a negative and filled it with silver leaf.
Okay. Yep. And I was actually thinking about doing that on this, but I figured we were already learning quite a bit. But I am going to put this into clear coat. I'm going to wait till we're done here and Ash is done and gone. I'll take it down in the booth and we'll spray this.
Junior said, Adam, I've actually learned a lot from you. Thank you for this channel. You are appreciated.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, while you're here, Ash, we're actually, in honor of my birthday, we are going to give away a 1.4 spray gun. So you have to hashtag Lime into the comments. This one's kind of dirty, but we've been using it. So we have one of these. It comes with the disposable cup system, also the hard cup, reusable hard cup. And we'll get one of you guys going on a new gun. Hashtag Lime into the comments, and we'll spin that wheel. And then we're going to use the double shot. We talked about this before. This is just like regular clear coat in a can. 2 parts in the can. We have the little ring down there. We're going to pull it. We're going to turn it, and we're going to shake it up. And the 2 parts are going to be released together, and we're going to be able to clear coat this thing tonight. I also have last week's tank panel that we did with Doc Holiday. We're going to go ahead and clear that too as well. Val Kilmer. Doc Holiday.
Oh. You want me to spin the wheel?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. There we go.
All right, this is for a 1.4 Pro gun, guys. Good luck to you.
You're the winner.
Sergio Velasquez. All right, man. You won yourself a gun. You just want to send us an email, info@limelinepaintsupply.com. Let us know you won. We just need your address. And we'll get paid. All right, guys, we got this one that we worked on today. Now we got last week's Velkelner. We'll go ahead and get that sprayed at the same time. Once again, with the double shot, we have the part A and the part B. So what you're getting is the professional 2-part clear coat that's in a can. You basically have 24 hours once you the two together. So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and pull on that. Okay, I think we're good to go. Oh yeah, look at that spray pattern. We also have the adjustable tip there, so we're gonna put it right in the middle, but we can basically adjust the fan pattern. You can see we have a pretty nice fan pattern there. All right, let's go ahead and do this. All right, so usually we would give this about 5 minutes to go ahead and flash off before we give it another coat. But I'm gonna go ahead and give it one more coat real quick. We're gonna let you guys go, and then we'll post some pictures of this tomorrow. So let's do one more coat real quick. We're gonna go in this pattern this time.
See how nice that's starting to lay out now. The orange peel is really starting to glaze out.
All right, well, that's it, guys. We learned how to use that Cricut Maker. We learned how to use the Design Space app, and we kind of learned how to layer up and plan on what colors we're going to use, and then mask them up and go from there. So as you can see, we started with a primer. We went to a white base coat. We did the orange on top of that, laid out our graphics, did the black, and then a little bit of metal flake. Didn't put much on there, just enough to give it a little shimmer. And then we have those highlights that we kind of accented the black with, and that was it. So that's it, guys.
Someone said, what's the trick with the put it in the fridge?
So yeah, you can put it in the fridge, and it will actually last for almost 3 days, is what we've been finding. So you got 24 hours with it if it's not in the fridge. After it's activated, you can put it in the fridge, and you will definitely prolong the life of that.
What's a decent compressor?
Anything with a two-stage compressor. So if it has a motor and a belt that runs the pump, that's what you're looking for. It's going to fill up a lot faster.
What's the max amount of time that you waited before clear coating a candy paint project?
I probably waited about a month, I bet, or longer, without problems. I've never really had problems with the wait time on those.
Okay, I think that's it.
All right, guys. And we don't have to sit here.
Says, happy birthday.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the super chats. Appreciate you being here for sure.
All right. Good night, guys.
All right. See you guys. See you next Thursday. Appreciate you.